Welcome to the inaugural Band of Mitch-fits Writers Room. There we go. Can you tell it's the first one? All right, so today, if you're just getting here for the first time, let me break it down for you. This is what you stumbled onto. Basically, we're going to get together. Just a bunch of us disgruntled, disillusioned, unhinged friends getting together. We're going to make fun of our bosses, share some horror stories about bosses, work, whatever it is. If you've seen the channel, you kind of get an idea of the humor that we're going after. So this is super chill. All we're doing here, I'll share some kind of stories of where I've been at. You can tell I got this super fancy studio here. This is casual. We're chill. This is not anything crazy, that we're doing. This is supposed to be a laid-back writer sesh. So we're going to have a good time. We're going to have fun. This will give you kind of a behind-the-scenes kind of view into the process of kind of how I write the skits. If you've seen some of them, and hopefully you enjoy them, right? Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be in this spot if you didn't enjoy those. So glad to have you guys here. So here's basically what we're doing. I've got right behind me here, got my chair here too. So we're looking at our, let's see here. We're looking at a phrase. This might be backwards for you, but we'll figure it out. So basically we got our phrase here. We're going to look at all of our phrases. We got 5 of them here that we're going to choose from. So we're going to look, we're going to vote on them. And then once we find the one that we want, we're going to talk about the situation. What is the worst possible interpretation that this could be? Today we're doing a Boss Translator episode. If you haven't seen those, basically Boss says some stupid corporate buzz phrase, and then as soon as they say it, I pull out my Boss GPT translator app, and then we're gonna say what the actual meaning behind what the boss says actually is. So for our first choice, I wrote it down, is we're family. And we're going to have a few other ones here, and you'll see here in just a minute what those are. And any opinions on any of them, any horror stories, the worse the better. We want to know what those are in the comments as we're going along here. This is supposed to be an interactive thing to kind of help you guys get to know me to get to know you, etc., etc. So we're going to go ahead and go forward here. With we're a family, that's just one of those phrases where it's just like, what the heck are you even talking about? We're not a family here. That's just, I'm all for having like a good workplace, but what the heck? That's all I'm saying. Oh, hey, Carlos, GB Crawford, good to see you guys. This is awesome. I know GB Crawford, he's a longtime fan. Probably, gosh, man, what were you? You had to have been sub 1, probably coming in. So everything is backwards on the whiteboard. You know what? Here's what we're going to do then. I guess if I don't, I guess we're going to figure this out here. I don't know how to mirror it. Anyway, well, we're going to figure this out here together. I guess I'm just going to read everything to you because we're right in the middle of live, and so I don't actually know how to flip everything around. So bear with me as we go through here. I'll write them, and then we'll kind of we'll go forward from there. But super fun. We're figuring this out as we go here. So, phrase number 1, we're family. This one drives me crazy in the worst way. What does that even mean? All right, okay. So we got number 2, low-hanging fruit, right? This was one, I've seen this a lot, and I'm just like, what even does that translate? We're looking for low-hanging fruit. You're looking for an easy win. Is that kind of what we're going for here? Why are you talking to me about this? Why don't you come up with your own ideas maybe instead of trying to get the easy stuff from me. All right, number 3. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. That one just sounds weird to me, right? Like, does anybody else get a weird vibe? You know, just like if I'm in your office and you're asking me, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Yeah, I'm thinking something else is going on here, so I'm not not vibing with that. All right, we got number 4. A piece of tape here. Restructuring or right sizing. Oh, hey, Miss L. Thomas is here, representing our teachers. Woohoo! All right, welcome, welcome. So right sizing. Has anybody ever heard right sizing? I don't know if you guys have heard right sizing before. Like restructuring, you know? Hey, we're gonna itchy boss. What are we talking about here? So like we got some reshuffling here. We're gonna reorganize and figure some stuff out here. So number 5, this is dealer's choice. You guys gotta help me out here. What are some oh my gosh, the freaking tape here. What are some things? Downsizing. All right. I'm gonna sit on my trusty chair here. I mean, downsizing sounds kind of like right sizing, but I like where your hair's at. Itchy boss. Oh no, that was from before. I'm like, what the heck is that? If a boss is telling me that they're itchy, that's a little like TMI guy. You know, I've had so many different. So my resume, so ADHD. It is all over the freaking place, and so I've had a lot of jobs in a lot of different areas that I've had a lot of different experiences with a lot of different people. So a lot of different bosses telling me a lot of different things. I think here's the craziest one that happened to me. I got, without getting like too crazy in the personal stuff, but like, hey, somebody died, right? Let's just say that somebody died when I was at this job. I mean, this got to be 14 years ago, something like that, 13 years ago, and I understandably took the rest of the day off, and then my boss's boss calls me in the next day, right? Because I'm back to work the next day. And she's like, I'm not surprised it was you. I was sitting there like, what in the world is going on here? I was like, what do you mean? I planned this? Planned for someone to die? Like, what does that even freaking mean? It was so weird. And then it somehow turned into like a performance review. You know, it's like, okay, I'll tell people to stop dying. You know, maybe let's not do this on company time anymore. You know, jeez Louise. Anyways, let's see here. Oh, change in plans. I like that one. Change in plans. Yeah, nobody ever has a plan at work. Let's be totally real. They're not they. Oh, you're gonna have to help me out with that one, Miss Thomas. What does that mean? Don't call us, we'll call you. Oh, that's funny. We'll call you. They call me plenty of things, let me tell you that, for real. Let's see here. Now, let's see here. Okay, if you give me a couple more. If not, here's one that I've got. Get your ducks in a row. That's one that I thought was pretty funny. Honestly, there's like so many freaking. They're not they. Oh, any breakup scenario? Oh, that's so funny. It's not it's not you, it's me kind of a thing. That's pretty funny actually. Business meeting versus business feeding. Yeah, sharks in the water, that's for sure. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. So we've got, of all of these scenarios here, which is the one that I'm going to be making a skit on next week. It drops Tuesday, by the way. So I'm going to take this, what we write here together, and then we're going to go ahead and I'll film it and then edit it, and then I'll get it. I'll post it up on Tuesday. But so of all of these, we're family, low hanging fruit, scratch my back, you scratch. I'll scratch my back. You scratch my back. I'll scratch yours. Restructuring, downsizing, change of plans. We'll call you. Which one wins here? So I'm looking at these. We got some good ones. Let's see, downsizing, GB Crawford. That's sounds like a vote for number 4 for me. Honestly, is what that sounds like. We'll call you. That one actually sounds really funny. Or a business breakup. Ooh, that sounds. There's some opportunity here. Here's the thing. Of these suggestions that we have here in front of us, it very well could be that we're going to have some of the future here that will probably be seen later on. Not all of them every single time are going to be, we're not going to always write a Boss Translator video. Sometimes we'll write a HR hypocrisy video, if you guys have seen those, where, you know, the HR says, you know, that they value something or whatever, and then it just shows that they do the complete opposite when the employee actually wants to use that, whatever it is. Let's see here. So vote for It's Not You, It's Me. Oh. Not you. It's me. That one's pretty funny. All right. So let's see here. We're family, low-hanging fruit, scratch my back, downsizing. Have you guys ever heard right-sizing? Have you ever heard that phrase? Or is that just, am I the only one that has not heard anybody say that? I guess, yeah, this is super helpful having this all backwards on the screen, huh? Super fun. This says skit, in case, yeah, that one's probably easy to read backwards, but let's see here. I'm going to go, since we got, let's see, GB Crawford, I think you win. We're going to go with restructuring. Right-sizing or downsizing? What do you guys think? You ever heard it? Yeah, see, I haven't heard it either. So I don't know if I want to use right-sizing. I think we'll say downsizing. I think that's probably a good call. So GB Crawford, you win. So we're going to go with downsizing. That's this guy. We're going to point to number 4 because that's kind of the thing. Okay, so downsizing. I wonder if this is going to be the right way when it posts. It's going to be the other way around. I don't freaking know. But hey, we're building the plane as we fly it, as they say. It's all about the money. That is true. Okay, so I think Louise Crawford. Oh, hey, GB Crawford, Louise Crawford. Might be a connection there, maybe. This is awesome. All about the money. So it's got to be about the money, right? Like, oh my gosh. I swear that this whiteboard was clean before I started this, and I'm pretty sure my kids came in here and licked their hands and put it all over. You guys are lucky. So you very well could have seen my kids running in and out of here. I have 8 of them, by the way, which some of you guys already know. Probably I am Katie Bates. I wonder if you can make that connection there, see who she is. Glad you're joining us in the comments, honey. She's my wife, in case anybody didn't connect those dots. You know, Katie Bates, Mitch Bates. Anyways, she was nice enough to take them in the car to make sure that they didn't run in here and break everything. But they did leave their evidence behind on the board for us to enjoy. So it's not about the money. We're a family. Yeah, okay. Anybody who has a family knows that it's about the money. I'm not gonna lie here. Like, you guys know how many kids I have because I just told you. It is absolutely about the money. Sometimes those freaking things, they are so expensive. Anyways, we're getting off track here. It's insane. Wait, you two are married. Shut up. You two are married. Yes, we're married. All right. Or we're brother and sister, which, okay, I won't go there. That would be weird. Anyways, let's see here. So it's about the money. So the way that, let's see, we got to come up with a translation here for right sizing. So there's got to be a reason. Here's kind of how I like to do it. I like the idea of it's not, that it's about the money, right? Go to church, awkward at all. Oh yeah, so yeah, Miss Thomas, she's a good friend. We all go to church together, which is great. Church is good for you. Some of these bosses here that I've had, they definitely need Jesus, that's for sure. So we got to figure out here what is the reason. So it's about the money, obviously, but we got to come up with, yeah, definitely not siblings. Thanks for chiming in there, babe. We got to come up with the reason of why. Why is there a money issue here? Is it like, what's some crazy scenario that they've been doing, or something happened to where there is no money anymore? So if we're talking, see, I think we had one time that there was, it's like when they launched too early. So we've done so many of these already, I can't even remember which is which. But it's like, then there was something like with the mafia. Skimming funds. Okay, I like skimming funds. Skimming funds. Yeah, he had something to do with the mafia, or it was technically investors that were pressuring them to get going or to get moving. But it turns out that it's like the mafia. Anyway, let's see. So skimming funds. I like skimming funds. That's a good one. Let's see here. Let's see. Skimming funds. So, I like maybe. No, that's really good. Let's see what. There's got to be like another layer to it where it's like it's for something. I might if we don't figure that one out, I might have to put something in there later. Let's see, it could be a blockbuster situation because of an advancement. It's not needed anymore. Kind of like shutting them down, like nobody, like they're not growing enough, and so they need to like they need to shut them down or something. Oh, gambling den. Okay, that's it. You win. Gambling. That's it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay. That's good. So, underground, they've been running an underground gambling ring. And let's see, the gambling den. That's funny. Okay, so they've been skimming funds. They're downsizing. That's really funny. Let's see here. I might have to just put in it's not me, it's you somewhere in here. We might throw that in there. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Then we're gonna put it together. See, true story. Could not let go, so got promoted to a job, couldn't perform. No way. That is crazy. So they promoted you. They didn't have grounds to fire you, so they promoted you to a role where they could let you go. That sounds crazy. That sounds insane. Like, one time, okay, super tangent. Anybody who knows me knows I'm super ADD. I see this. I just lost the train of thought while I was saying how ADD I am. So yeah, see, that's crazy. I cannot believe they would do that. Oh yeah, okay, now I got it back. Okay, see, that's the thing. It came back. It's so funny. I lost it and it came back. Okay, so they basically were downsizing, and they told the managers at this level that they need to fire everybody below them. And then it was just like, they're like, as soon as that was done, they came back because they didn't want to fire them themselves. As soon as they were done firing everybody below them, they came back to be like, hey, we fired those people. And they're like, okay, now you're fired. So it was like they kept them around just long enough to get them to do their dirty work for them, and then they cut them. It was crazy. Government job. Yeah, that sounds like a government job. Having been in the Navy, that honestly, that 100% sounds like the government. Okay, so let's come up with our script. Thank you. I guess I probably should have written script up here so I didn't forget. Okay, so way it's going to start out. I try to have an opener and a closer where they like where it loops, right? And so I obviously don't have to figure this out, exactly at this moment. But with the, let's see here, with an opener, I like to kind of start out like big, like what's a reaction from the guy, me in this case, right? I guess they're both me. Duh. Let's see. So I like to kind of open up with like, you got to be kidding me, or like what do you mean, or like something like that, but that it loops in with the background. And so I'm thinking it's got to be like oh, come on. I'll probably start off with, let's see here. So at the end, I'm thinking I'll just do like a deadpan stare as I'm like reacting to the second thing, and then we'll tie it into the beginning. Here, boss thoughts. I wish I had a bag of cash. Caught with a bag of cash. So we'll start with. Let's start with like, are you kidding? Like that's a. And we might come back to this one, because I've started it where it's like the second reaction of this, like where it closes is like on this like big climax, somebody gets punched or whatever, and then that ends up being like the first frame, and then it says earlier, and then it goes through the situation here. But then we're gonna start. Are you kidding? That's gonna be me, right? We'll just put me, and then we'll put boss. Hey, that's my initials, Mitch-fits. Let's see here. Let's see. Are you kidding? And then we're gonna say, yeah, we're downsizing. And then from here, these are all kind of like, I'll have it start with the boss holding a bag of cash. I see what you're saying. That's really funny. You're like, what is that? Oh my goodness. Okay. That might actually be that would be pretty funny. Start with a bag of cash. Okay. Do you guys like that idea? Boss standing with a bag of cash and be like, what is that? Okay. Actually, that and then we'll go, ooh. That is really funny. Okay, hold on. I think we're onto something here. Or maybe, hold on, would that be at the beginning? So, because what we want to do with the opening here is sack lunch. Ooh, I think that might be something to put in the middle, where after the translation of he's like, yeah, we're downsizing, and then okay. So we'll have it say, we'll do it like where after the translation, the boss has a sack that says lunch on it in quotations, and then I'll just be like, something about the boss, like, uh, uh, it's my lunch. And then the employee would be like, and then it'll do a second ding, because that's the thing here with these, right? There's like the translation. Um, there's the translation, the first one, and then it goes blah 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 blah, and then the boss will react in some way. In this case, he could have a bag, his lunch bag. Be like, oh yeah, you bring your lunch every day. Honestly, some of these we legit could make these into like long form sketches, like 100%. I know we could do that. He has a bag of cash. That was so good. Was that Katie that did that? Oh man, that's really really funny. Bag o' cash. And then let's see here. From there, okay, so be like, what? It's my lunch. Because we'll probably reference it. I'll have like me be like, what are you doing? Or like, what is that? And be like, what? It's my lunch. And then we'll have another ding, right? Because that's how the Boss Translator works. Oh, is it Louise? Oh man. Okay, that's I think that's my favorite. Big old bag of cash. Let's see here. So we'll have the ding. The second translation is just going to be kind of like a zinger. And then we'll have we'll say it's definitely like the second translation. I'm thinking we'll say it's definitely something. Should we reference like their bonuses, or it's definitely a bag of cash, or bag of stolen cash? I'm thinking is what the second translation will say. Okay. Dude, it's still going through my head. That's just so funny. I wrote down some notes here to try to keep us on track here. All right. So referencing the bonuses, how can we reference the bonuses in that second translation? So we'll kind of go through it. So starts off like, are you joking? Are you kidding? And then the boss on this side, yes, we are downsizing. And then it goes ding, translation. We've been embezzling money. Let's see here. It's from the gambling. Ill-got or legit. Bag of cash, I'm thinking, is definitely stolen. So this is why you didn't get bonuses. Maybe something like that, referencing the bonuses. Shoot, man, maybe there's a third ding in there. So it'll say the thing about the embezzling funds to to run their underground gambling ring of elites. And then while that's happening, there's my reaction where I'm just like listening to it. I'm like, well, what the heck? And then I look over at my boss and he's got his lunch bag. I'm like, what is that? And he's like, oh, it's just my lunch. It's obviously my lunch. Off the vending machine. Say it's obviously my lunch. And then it'll ding again. The second translation, it will say, it's definitely a bag embezzled. I don't know how to write that. I guess I could look in the chat. You see a lot of ideas for a lot of skits. See, that's the crazy thing. It's like this is what's so awesome about this. I love like this back and forth. I think it's a lot of fun to kind of bring everybody in the same room, and kind of riff and go back and forth. And it also, there's so many different ideas that are coming from this, that other than just, just this one idea. Definitely a bag of embezzled cash. Could be. So I might, let's see here. The last little bit is kind of the closer part here. Is where it's going to be like, there's going to be that reaction. Definitely a bag of embezzled cash. Ooh, okay, here's where the bonus thing can come in. Like, that's why we don't have bonuses, huh? Ooh, okay, I like that. Did he keep his lunch in the... Man, yeah, that would be the lunch to steal, wouldn't it? Okay, so here's I think what this last part's going to be. There's going to be me. Man, I'm writing here. This is so great. Let's see, me. Let's see here. That's where our bonuses went, huh? That's where our bonuses went. And then there's going to be the boss's face, just like he'll have this reaction. Oh, Chit's brother, dude. If you guys haven't seen Chit, those are some pretty funny skits. I gotta say, they're the OGs. How many do they have? They have hundreds of those. I saw a collaboration between Chit and like a real estate agent or whatever, where he's touring this like $20 million mansion. It's actually Chit's. That was really funny. If you guys haven't seen those, you should look up the Chit sketches. Okay, and then we're gonna do boss's face. Okay, we're a little bit over 30 minutes. I was trying to keep this to 30 minutes. We don't want to go too much, We want to leave us wanting something, right? So we're gonna do boss's face. He's gonna definitely boss's guilty face. Let's say guilty, because of course you guys can read this tiny backwards lettering. Oh goodness. Yeah, eventually, okay, year down the road, we're gonna have a whole production studio. Not my. This is a Boss Translator video. Yes, if you haven't picked that up by now. Okay, summary. Here we go. We're gonna run through it all because we got the whole thing. Last one, the closer is gonna be me like looking. Ooh, that's good, because the "Are you kidding" goes in well with that. So I'm gonna turn, or like not turn. We're gonna do like a deadpan expression that goes into "Are you kidding?" That's good. That's a good loop. Okay, so here's a summary. So it opens up. It's like, "Are you kidding?" And then it goes over to the boss, and he's like, "Yes, we are. We are. Unfortunately, we are downsizing." And then I'm gonna pull out the Boss Translator app, and I'm gonna say, "Boss GPT, my boss said we're downsizing." And then the boss will, he'll just be like, "What the heck?" He'll kind of give one of those faces. And then the translation is going to be, the company has had their underground gambling addiction catch up with them. And so they are getting rid of people to cover the loss of the funds that they've been embezzling. Essentially like that. And then while that's happening, boss is pulling out his sack lunch, and it says lunch on it. Oh, or maybe I could even say like lunch, definitely not money. Definitely not stolen money or something like that. And then I'll be like, "What is that?" And be like, "This is my lunch." And it'll ding. And I'll say, "This is definitely a bag of embezzled cash." And then it'll go back to me. I'll look at him and be like, that's where our bonuses went, wasn't it? Just kind of like with a deadpan like expression like that. The boss is like, gives one of these faces. He's embarrassed. Definitely knows he got caught. by Boss GPT. And then it looks at me and I'm just like going like this. And then that's where it loops into the first phrase. Are you kidding me? That frame right there. This is a good skit, guys. Honestly, like I thought that this was so fun. We like this is what this is about. Honestly, I want to build this community where this is more than just me getting up and, you know, dancing around and getting attention, which I was always told that I like to get attention, which, you know, I'm just going to lean into it. Like, let's be totally real. I definitely like the attention. And yeah, you bet. I'm so happy that you guys joined. For those that are watching this later, this was a lot of fun. We're going to be doing this every week, once a week, and then we'll drop the episodes on Tuesday. Are we going to get fired? Maybe. But work's crazy, and so are we. See you guys on the next one.